And we are live, but maybe not for everyone because not everyone will see us immediately. But Alex, I'm very excited about this conversation and welcome to Spotlight Fridays.
Thank you, Anna. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad that we get to chat, and especially that it came out of our call I gave you a few weeks ago, and then and then after you were mentioning about this great idea, so I'm glad to be here and then participating, having a conversation with you.
That's awesome. You were the person I shared the idea with. I don't know, just you just rang me on that morning where I was ready to formulate the idea. And here we are. I think we are live stream number 8, maybe. I don't know. I'm not counting, but it's going very well. And we've had some amazing wins with people who were on Spotlight Fridays and actually formed a partnership between the businesses, which I'm super excited about it. I'm actually not allowed to announce it yet, but once I'm given the green light, I'll definitely going to mention that. So that's super exciting. And we don't know, we can't see the audience. As always, welcome everyone. If you're watching us live, welcome to our Spotlight Friday series. We're very excited to have you here and thank you for joining. Some of you are joining us every single week, even more exciting. So if you can, please let us know that you are watching live by dropping an emoji or just saying hello. That would be amazing because Alex and I cannot see you. We just can only see the screen in front of us, and that's about it. So that would be awesome. Thanks, everyone. And Alex, let's talk about you. So exciting conversation. Excited about what you're going to share with us because yeah, a CRM and lifecycle specialist, one of not many, by the way. So I did reach out to you at some stage to do the audit for me as well, which was amazing. So thank you. I'm excited to look a little bit about your story because obviously your French accent, your beautiful shirt always. So yeah, the spotlight is on you, my friend. Take it away.
Awesome, thank you. We have Sabina, so thank you, Sabina, and thank you everyone for joining in because I've been as well following up the spotlight most Fridays, and it's awesome what you're doing. So props to you and prop for everyone that is joining to get a bit of golden nuggets. And as you can tell, yeah, a bit of a French accent. I left from France in 2011 after a heartbreak, go to New Zealand for 1 year, do some door-to-door sales, came back to Australia, went to Hong Kong for 1 year to work in the cognac testing industry, and then came back here. And my first CRM role was at Samsung in 2016. So there was an agency side and grew a team here of 3 people in the Samsung team via the agency. And after a move from brand and agency, always in that same space, email marketing, retention marketing, inbox deliverability, automation, it keep changing the name, but fairly similar. And then, yeah, about a year ago, my last role was at Camila. The hoodie come from Camila, and then that was my last full-time job. And then it's been a year and 3 months working for myself, and then building a team around me to help other clients, awesome clients like you, Camila, Oroton, and more, to help with anything that is related to customer data marketing, email marketing, the whole scope. So
Yes.
it's been a year, but it feels like 5 years working for yourself like this. Yes.
Well, it doesn't sound like you have any regrets.
Yeah, it's been it's as you know as well. You started the working for yourself, so it's very different when you have a team. You're just doing your job, and then after you're on the market, you need to find out what to sell. You're by yourself again. You need to do everything from sales to marketing, even getting paid. You have to send the invoice, and before when you're working, you have to chase for your money as well. So when you're working as an employee, yeah, it's a different mindset. So I'm excited to talk to you about that as well. If there's anyone that is keen to get started, it's possible.
I think let's talk about that because a lot of people are reaching out to me because there is that imposter syndrome scenario, there is the confidence as well. Can I, can't I, should I, shouldn't I? And then people like you and I are already doing it. We started it, you're probably 3 months ahead of me in the consultant journey. I started it about less than a year ago. And yeah, let's just share your experience, please. I think a lot of people will benefit from it.
Yeah, the idea of working for yourself is appealing to everyone. It's like a dream I think most people have, but when I then after it has to be make sure that it's right for you. So how do you know when you're ready? It's never too sure, but I think what I've noticed is as an employee first, you need to be very proactive in your work. So you know the type of person that is going above and beyond the work. And then when you leave the job, the team around you are very sad. You know, you're adding a lot of value to the business because you're the kind of person that is don't do only what you're being told, but also you're looking for opportunity. That is a transferable skill when you work for yourself. And then after you're taking course, you want to learn more about your trade, and then you're doing a lot of networking events as well, because that is, as you know, that's when you can get more opportunity as well. So when you're working, you need to make sure that if that's something that you're interested, then reach out to people that are already doing what you're doing. For me, it was very helpful to reach out to other marketing consultants. Some of them will say yes, some of them will say no, but the people that say yes, they're gonna open up, and then you're gonna learn a lot about the business model.
That's a great tip. So, how did you reach out to them? Did you reach out to them via LinkedIn, or you just already had connections?
Yeah, I've been reaching out on people on LinkedIn since 2013. It was when I was doing I really wanted to go into the cognac industry, and I was like, oh my god, how I'm gonna get started? I'm in Australia. I mean, everyone is in. So how I reach out to people on LinkedIn, searching, and then like explaining the project. I want to work in this industry, and you need to be willing to be rejected and accept that, which is part of working for yourself. You're gonna do a lot of work for free. You're gonna think it's gonna be a yes, and then it's a no, and then you're like, ah, damn. You have to keep on going. So you reach out to people. Search for example, in my case, CRM consultant, marketing consultant. Doesn't matter the country, and then some of them will be really open to have that conversation. Set up a time with them, and get as much information as possible as what service are they selling, pricing, because that is something very important. When you work as an employee, you don't think about what I'm selling, and when you want to work for yourself, you have to put something together for people to buy, right? Like a service. So that would be how I would approach that. Did you find as well success, or you were pretty clear on how to get started yourself?
No, I wasn't. I actually didn't know that I wanted to be a consultant to begin with. But this outreach, what you're mentioning,
Mhm.
is actually very powerful. I hope people making some notes when they listening to you because you've done all the hard yards. 2013, Alex, in September last year, I didn't know how to post on LinkedIn. So
You came a long way. Well done. You're doing
thank you.
live streaming every week. That's awesome. Consistency is is key, right?
I think you're absolutely right. That beats talent and any skills every single time. The consistency. Yeah, I show up pretty much every day on LinkedIn, and it's a very powerful platform. I think the community is absolutely amazing. We have wonderful people, very supportive, very caring, very helpful. It's just such a pleasure. It really is very authentic, and yeah, you can see who's an amateur on LinkedIn and who's a pro. But
Yeah.
it's yes, it's practice. It's the definitely it's the science to algorithm as well, but it's exceptionally helpful. It could be a lead generation on steroids for some people who that's what they want for sure.
Yeah, I have
So
to.
so far,
Mm.
you go.
Yes, I was just. I totally agree. I have to really get into LinkedIn, reach out to people in DM, set up a time, knock doors, and then it's a numbers game. Many people are gonna say no, you're gonna get rejected, but some few will be saying yes. And when you're working in your job, I think you need to reach out to your network already or ex-colleague and see if there's opportunity to do a side consulting, and then learning the rope and then building some momentum. So then it takes a while before you can find the right market fit, the pricing, what people are needing, and building up a bit of a clientele database. And when you feel that okay, there is enough, to work with. No, you can go full-time working for yourself, but it's going to be super hard, right? Because what that means, you have your full-time job, and then in the morning, that's what I was doing. Everybody is different, but like wake up super early, like 5 a.m., and then put 1-2 hour there in the nighttime as well, and the weekends. So that's something you need to work double, and then cancel the distraction, like watching movie, maybe Netflix, or like scrolling on social media. Yeah, you really need to like focus on why you want it, and then it's gonna happen. But you need to really make sure that you're like every day consistently a little step towards that goal, and believing in yourself. For me, be honest, I always, like you said, the imposter syndrome, where I'm like, oh, why it's working so well, oh, but, and you start to doubt yourself. But at the same time, after I have to look back, actually I'm doing a good job, people are happy, I got good testimonial, and it's normal. But for me, that was that I believe I can do it, and then keep pushing through the hurdle, because there's gonna be wall in front of you, client leaving, that you didn't expect, or something like this. Then you need to go through and then keep pushing, selling, and it's very different than working as an employee, because you got to do the selling, the delivery of the service. And many people have started and they burn out as well, because they are the bottleneck in the business as well. And then that becomes very difficult to take a annual leave or sick leave, because it's easy to get started but hard to stay in business and pay the bill after 2, 3, 5 years. It's a big learning.
It's a good way to put it, because we do learn every day. And I think consultancy, from my experience, is not for everyone, because you need to have a certain personality and agility and flexibility, and you have to enjoy learning, be uncomfortable every single day, all of the above. But at the same time, if I think about, sometimes people think about the fact that they have a corporate job, it promises security. There's no such thing.
I agree. It's a false sense of security, because as soon as the business goes down, then most first thing is like, how can we cut costs? And usually, even though there's a strong culture in a business, usually it's the people that goes first, and there's no loyalty. When it comes down to the hard number, it's so sad, it's heartbreaking, but it's true. So you have to put yourself, your health, and then first, and also your own interests. For me, when I look at it, why I'm doing it, I want to be able to have peace of mind. I want to have time for myself, because when you work for yourself, it's no more free time, it's more freedom. Like you make your own decision. Okay, I'm gonna jump into this podcast. I'm gonna go to this networking event, take on this client. But it's no more free time, right? You have so much on all the time, and that's something. That's what you say. People not necessarily they are ready to doing consulting or building an agency, because there's gonna be a lot of hard work that needs to be put in before it take off.
Yes, and you should be willing to put the hard work all the time. But I love what you just said. It's not. It's more freedom, but it's not more free time. And I can testify to that. It's exactly my experience too.
Yeah, and right now when I'm building, because like you can either like work only you, and then after you, it's good enough to get started. But then after very quick, I realized, okay, I need a designer, I need a campaign specialist, customer data specialist as well, and a head of CRM that cannot replace me. So that's for me, that's the end goal. I want to be able to take a sick day because I'm feeling unwell, rest. I want to be able to go on leave, annual leave as well. There is some benefit when you work as an employee. You can, take, but when you work for yourself, it's a whole different ball game. So then having layers where you can still deliver the work and then look after yourself, and having the best of both worlds. And it takes a lot of believing in yourself, going through hurdles, and a lot of selling as well. I think selling is important when you're working for yourself, because when you're working as an employee, you cannot do whatever job is coming on your desk, right? You don't need to. It's just BAU, but you don't need to pitch a new project or too much of that. But when you work for yourself, is that's what you need to do.
I agree. Alex, I don't think we are doing a very good job of selling the consulting and freelancing to many people right now. But these are hard facts. So,
Yes, I found as well that when you work for yourself, before you reach that stage, you work as a in a business as an employee. So build enough cash reserve. So like you having your little client on the side, few hour of work, you save all that money, save enough money that you can have 6 months of like rent paid, mortgage, all of your daily expense. So then after, when you have this momentum already with your little side hustle, enough money saved, and you can see like the future looks bright, and then after you can, okay, now I have some safety, I have something people are buying, I have a bit of a saving. It might be worth it to go full time into that, but it might take 6 months or a year of like hard work, extra work, 10 20 hours per week on top of your job in the early morning and weekends before you might be in that position. But then after, you will know if it's for you or not. And regardless, you're gonna learn a lot, right?
what is the worst thing that happen? Exactly. You can always go and find another job. But if it works out, you can build a very successful agency that keeps growing.
Yeah, yes, yeah. So yeah, I think the agency business model is interesting because like hard but easy to get started. Hard in a way because it relies on the people to deliver the service, so you need to be really clear on how much it takes to build this automation, this email, this analysis. Because when you work as an employee, you don't necessarily think too much about that, but not because you need to sell it, and you don't want to price it too low that it's you're losing money, but you don't want to price it too high where it's not the market rate. And that's why you need to be building your experience before launching. Because if you launch just because you want to try out, it might fail. And yeah, how did you find yourself? Like, did you find your health was okay? You managed to have a good balance. You managed to have rest without guilt, or you always on.
It's taking a few iterations for sure. I think I just keep adjusting all the time based on the workload. But I genuinely love working and I love um, connecting with people. I love adding value, being of service. This is it agrees with me. So I think it's for me, work-life balance. I don't know what is the definition of it. Like what balance?
Always on.
Anyway, yes, I am, but I think it's different to everyone. But I do have my things when the exercise is non-negotiable, eating well is non-negotiable, sleep is non-negotiable. So I do have my non-negotiables, but I really enjoy this, Alex. So it's been an amazing ride. I love my corporate job, but it served its purpose. It was time to move on, and I've never looked back. So it's been tremendous. And again, just because of that learning capacity every single day and improving things, making decisions fast, because sometimes it can be very frustrating when the decision making takes a long time and there are 200 meetings about the same thing and still nothing happens. But yeah, so we have an ability to move very fast in our own agency, which is very satisfying. So to wrap things up, this has been a great discussion. For the purposes of the German network, tell me and tell us what sort of problems they have to have so that you are helping them solve it.
What sort of what? Sorry.
What problem do you
Yeah.
help to solve?
So what I've noticed is that brands, they usually not necessarily making the most of their customer engagement platform. So they are using it to send their regular newsletter campaign, but then after it's lacking personalization, or it's not using best practice design. Customer reporting is lacking. It's very product led, as in, okay, we make $1 million, but we don't know who bought that $1 million. So where, like RFM modeling, there's another part, building customer dashboard, and really drilling down into marketing automation and building this always on revenue and then personalization. So what I've seen is brand over time, they overwhelmed with the regular BAU campaign. So I'm coming in, can be in any capacity, it can be just redoing a design revamp because I have design. It can be the whole thing, BAU campaign management, from content calendar, copywriting, designing, building, scheduling, reporting. Or it can be as simple as, okay, let's just focus on one automation. Let's say, to be very practical, low stock or card abandon campaign. Or it can just be reporting. So there's the whole scope. It can be as little or as much as is needed. There's no project too small, no project too big, because I have managed to build a little team around me, and then keep on pushing, basically. So that's why now I'm in the stage where very exciting. I'm looking forward to the next stage. I have a new head of CRM that is starting at the end of the week, next week, and I'm looking forward to this new chapter. So if you want to be part of it, reach out to me, and then we can do amazing work like I'm doing with other key retailer in Australia and overseas as well. I got my first Singaporean client about 3 months ago.
Congrats! I remember we were talking about it before. This is great. We're gonna wrap it up, but
Awesome.
I'm so
Thank you.
excited that you spoke about the life cycle journeys, because this is something that every single business does every single day, but they just not necessarily do it very well or strategically either. So now they know that they can reach out to you, which is great. That's the whole idea of this Spotlight Friday series. I'm very grateful that you were able to join, and so everyone who is watching us live, and have a wonderful Friday and the weekend as well. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.